Blue glass moon under the crimson air. Eclipse. Suddenly, I wake up. A vast night. Hello. Okay. In the midst of a grassy field that extends as far as the eye can see, I stare blankly at the moon. There's no one else here. No signs of human presence. No sounds from any animals. Maybe it's because I've pushed myself too hard these past couple days. I just wanted to lie down quietly and be alone. But it seems I fell asleep. It was a bright darkness. Probably because the moon is hanging so low. The grassy field that looked like a black sea last night is bright, like some sort of a stage. A clearing illuminated by sharp, sharp moonlight. I thought it was like a theater somewhere. Only there are no curtains around. Only there are no curtains around. This field that sweeps far and wide is devoid of any curtains of trees, nor is there an audience of stage crew. There's nothing here. I mean, yeah. The only things here are the moonlight and the white darkness. The wind doesn't blow, and the grass doesn't even sway. How quiet. I laugh quietly, as it feels like all the commotion until yesterday was just a joke. No, if you talk about jokes, then my life until now is so happy that, looking back at it, it seems like it was just an illusion. Oh! No, I know what this is. This is the... Akiha True End, right? Yeah, this has to be Akiha True End, where... like, Akiha feels that he's still alive. A lot of things have happened. There were a lot of amazing things that occurred, and my life changed pace quite often. No. Okay, well, okay, still don't tell me then. But okay, I was okay. I thought, no, I guess you did say that it would be in like Kagetsu Tohya, huh? Or Plus Disc, one of those. The expected and the unexpected. Everything was illusory. Looking back, it seems that no matter how trivial things seemed, all those coincidences built on each other. The days were only a repetition of each other, but no 2 days were quite the same. Then that means perhaps each and every one of them was an irreplaceable moment I can never return to. I recall many things that happened. The memories are so nostalgic it makes me smile. Just the thought of the new experiences awaiting me in the future, different from those of my past, makes me dizzy. Truly a mix of emotions. Happiness, excitement, and enough worries to give me a headache. Thump. My heart beats loudly once. What comes after is my usual anemia. The dizziness continues for a while, but eventually disappears. Even though the wound on my chest healed, my anemia didn't go away. No. It seems like my fragile health wasn't caused by the wound on my chest alone. Yeah. Well, of course. Being able to perceive the shape of death means to stand much closer to death than others. Yeah, that's why. Totally. To be honest, I never thought about living a long life like ordinary people. Thump. The sound of my heart beating. It's not like me to think of this, but I wonder just how long I can keep running through time. The conclusion is rather uninteresting. Because even if it stops tomorrow, or in a few decades still. Hey, you? It's dangerous just lying around like that. And I hear a familiar voice. Okay. I mean... Sure. Eh. Also, for some reason, I thought this was Toko, by the way. I don't know why. Because I thought Aoko had the purple hair. But someone on YouTube said in the comments that I was wrong, that this was Aoko. Because in Fate Extra, Aoko has the short purple hair. So like, I don't know. Anyway. Eh? What do you mean, eh? You have an awful lot of free time on your hands if you can just sleep around here in the middle of the night. I thought I was this close to kicking you, so you better watch out. She says this grumpily while carrying a trunk in one hand. Oh? Kicked? And by who? I lift myself up. Isn't it obvious, stupid? You and I are the only ones here, so who else could it be but me? She declares this confidently as she folds her arms. Huh. Stifling the laughter spilling out of me, I gaze up at her in the moon. Toko always has glasses. You can't even see her eyes! Oh no, I guess in the intro, you, like the prologue intro, whatever, you can see her face. Oh, Toko was the one who had the short purple. Then why'd they do that in Fate Extra then? Okay. I guess to have to differentiate them? Okay, I don't know. Stifling the laughter spilling out of me, I gaze up at her into the moon. I can't believe it. I somehow felt that I'd meet you, but I didn't think that day would be today. Oh. What a coincidence. I didn't expect to see you here either. I heard you were, but we never did meet up, did we? Or I heard you were here. So I was thinking that it was our fate this time not to meet. Although... if we did see each other, it would have caused trouble, right? Right. I am a member of the association after all. Okay. We're not quite on good terms with the church. Oh! This is after Ciel's true end? I assume this is Ciel's true end. Otherwise, why would he be with the church? No? Sheila asks without any hint of guilt. It really is hard holding back my laughter. It makes me happy that this person hasn't changed one bit since that day we met. And since I ran out of things to do, I was going to leave here tomorrow. See, this incident was partially my fault, you know. So I stopped by here for a final check, and I almost ended up kicking some ordinary person. Then, we were fated to meet. To be honest, I felt we would meet up again. I smile. You're right. I welcome this sort of fate. She flashes me an identical smile in return. A long time no see. You've grown up, Shiki. Yes. You seem to be doing well too, Sensei. Returning her plain greeting, I look back at Sensei with a serious face. We sit in a field of grass and talk. Oh, no, wait. We talk about senseless things, just like the old days. It was only briefly that we talked about what had happened and what we were going to do in the future. It's about time. I don't plan on staying here long. I am leaving before dawn, so I'll have to part here. Saying that, Sensei stands up. I try to stand up with her, but I collapse. Shiki? I can hear her voice. I take a few deep breaths and stand back up. Dang. It seems like no sleep or rest until last night just hit me. Looks like it. Alright, looks like it. That dizziness is your biggest weakness. You don't look like you have any injuries. Okay, well, Oh. Is your body alright? Yeah, thanks. Unlike you, I have a normal body. If you say so. I wouldn't necessarily say normal, but yeah. She glances at me meaningfully, then looks directly into my eyes. Shiki, you know you're not going to last much longer. Her clear words. I'm surprised. It's not that I'm surprised by her words, but rather, I never thought she would say them. Yeah? Well, yeah, I kind of already know about it already. Is that so? But you seem pretty calm. Even now you're stirring your body over something that has nothing to do with you. I would have a hard time believing it. But are you really not afraid of dying? She stares at me somewhat peeved. No way. I think I'm more afraid of death than most people. That's a different tune than he was tooting before. But that's something in the future. And maybe tomorrow or next year. But I can't think about the future too much. I prioritize what I want to be doing now. I see. So you can see your own death as well. That's why you're more afraid of death than others. That makes sense. Even for me, I'd be shivering if I could see the 13 steps to the gallows. No, it's not like that. It's not like I can clearly sense when I'll die. It's almost the same thing. Let's see. Can I ask you something for reference? Or... I think this is her talking. It's almost the same thing. Let's see. Can I ask you something for reference? You ended up with a body weaker than those of others. It would only be natural to curse it and fear your life. Hey Shiki, don't you find it difficult living life with such a body? Sensei looks at me openly, yet with unreadable eyes. Those are the eyes of a magus, first sight of which I'm not familiar with. Isn't that right? You can no longer have normal happiness like everyone else. As long as you have that body of yours, all that awaits is suffering. That may be so, but I think it's not that bad. But I'm probably happy. Because up until now is a lot of fun. So, it'll probably be fun in the future too. The sound of her gasping. With a large sigh, she changes back to her usual self. Shiki. She seems sad as she calls my name. To be honest, I do feel some regret. I feel like I said something to you that I shouldn't have back then. I look straight into her eyes. It's different from before. Back then I had to look up to see her eyes, but now she's looking up into mine. God doesn't give excessive power without reason. And I told you that if you have that power, there has to be some meaning to it. But you know, it's up to the individual to decide what that meaning may be. There's no room for anyone else, especially something as ambiguous as a god to interfere. I guess. So it would have been alright if you did nothing. Oh wait, this is her talking, fuck. You know, I've already gone as far just talking as Shiki slash myself, so whatever. Even if you denied those eyes of yours and did nothing, it still would have been alright. I'm getting my words because you could have led a normal life more suitable for you as Shiki. Sensei. Didn't I tell you earlier that you should live your life with an honest heart? You really did, Shiki. But that's something difficult to do. It would have been easier for you to stray from your path a little, because your eyes draw you to disaster. Isn't it ironic that a killer more skilled than anyone else also hates killing more than anyone else? If you lived a normal life, or had your heart deviated from the true path, you wouldn't have had to go through so much pain. Yeah, that may be true now that you mention it. If I gave up, it may have been a little easier. But that has no meaning. It would have only made things a little easier, and to start out with, I never thought of it as particularly painful. You have the wrong idea, Sensei. Everything I did because I wanted to. It's not like I'm a saint or anything. I like myself just the way I am. That's why I was glad that you told me back then to become an adult by living just the way I was. Sensei, I don't regret anything, so there's no reason for you to regret anything either. I really feel that from the bottom of my heart, and I smile at her. As if dazzled by a radiant light, she narrows her eyes, then closes them briefly. Man, I see. Man, it seems you really have become a wonderful young fellow. Her hand reaches for her trunk. Yeah, you're fine just the way you are, Shiki. My world is full of devious individuals, so associating with someone like you balances things out. It might be hard on you, but if you don't mind, then I guess it's alright. With a "see you," Sensei turns her back to me. I can't stop her, and there's no reason to. I can feel that this is really the last time. All I can remember is the one thing I forgot to say. That day, in an ocean of grass, an important friend who had spoken with me, who was about to disappear. There's no wind, the grass doesn't sway, and the only thing that changes is her figure, which gets farther away. She didn't turn around suddenly back then, and she won't now. Sensei. I call out to stop her. She halts in her tracks. What? She doesn't turn around. Only her voice drifts to me. I know what I must say. The words I've always wanted to say. It's just that, if I say these words, I really won't be able to see her ever again. But still, I have to say them. She told me, all I'm saying is live true to yourself and become a man in the manner that you think is right. She also taught me that it's important to accept my mistakes and to be able to apologize for them. That's why I have to say it. Thank you. I'm glad I met you, Sensei. That's what I felt as a child. Those words were the ones from the bottom of my heart that I once could not say, because I was filled with the sadness of parting. From behind, it seems Sensei is surprised. She stands there, lowers her head, and turns toward me with her usual expression. Take care, Shiki. Let's meet again if we fail to do so. She kinda bad though. I mean, what are these vests called? I think they're Chinese in nature. Maybe Japanese, I'm not sure. But like the one with like the strings that like go across and the like I don't. There's like a specific name for these. But yeah, like I've seen them before, but I don't think I ever learned the name of what this like top is called, or this vest, whatever it is. But yeah, I don't. Also, I say it in movie 8 or in Future Gospel, but I don't think it's really a spoiler for my reaction for it. But they also, I swear, in Future Gospel and Extra Record or whatever it's called, I ain't gonna lie, I think they made Toko look better than she did in the first 7 movies. I don't know if it's just me or what, but on God, they made Toko hotter in the last 2 episodes of K and K. Anyway, that out of the way. But yeah, no, she's kind of, like, I know, if you compare her in the first 7 to how she is in the 8th movie, so on God, go compare her from like movie 5 and movie 8. They slimmed her, because in the first 7, I swear she has like man shoulders, but in the 8th one they like slim her down and like made her face a little more, I don't know how to put it, but take care, Shiki. Let's meet again if fitted to do so. She says this as if it was nothing, and the wind suddenly gusts. Bro, she did though. Like, come on. Like, she had. Oh, maybe not man shoulders, but she had pretty broad shoulders in the first 7. Like, you can't even lie. She says as if it was nothing, and the wind suddenly gusts. Swoosh. It rustles through the swaying grass, and the moon's light disappears. After that, as if abducted by the wind, she disappears. For some strange reason, I'm not shedding any tears. I feel sad and I don't want to part. But not shedding tears also means that I've grown up since then. The grassy field becomes silent once more. Gazing up, it looks like the moon is about to vanish from the sky. All things pass by, just like the moon disappearing. And yet, after a long time, there may be the chance to meet again. And so tonight's moon disappears. Well then, I close my eyes just once, as if lowering the curtains. In the sky, dawn is drawing closer. Just like the moon that has just fallen. For the time being, the curtains are lowered on the long story for Tonoshiki. The heavens soar high above. I look up, well embraced by the clear, brisk night air. All things are uncertain, just like a waking dream. The past is all an illusion. It doesn't leave behind a tangible form, and even the most vivid of memories are really just transient. Yet, I believe that the moon's image will never fade away. Even that is fragile. Even though I know it will end one day, I don't care. The memories continue on. I'm sure that even the end will be a happy one. The lunar eclipse is far away. Everyone races through their remaining time and passes on. Finn. I'm assuming I'm not looking at the chat right now. I'm assuming it's like Fate Root, where this. I assume this was Arquid's true end, where she disappears. And it's like kind of like Fate Root, where after everything's over, it then gives you the closure, even though it's not really closure. But I feel like that would make sense. His fixation on the moon, right? But then he joined the church, maybe to try and like find Arquid. I don't know. What I think of the VN as a whole, you're you're probably not gonna like this, but I think it was a 6.5 out of 10. Um, I thought the exposition, like the like the building of the characters wasn't. Which don't get me wrong, again, this is 1999 on a very slim budget, so I like I don't blame the writing for being what it is. That's why I really hope they do a like a translation for the remake at some point, because I can only because like again for a fucking like a Dojin circle with a very slim budget to make something that's even a 6.5 out of 10, like something completely original, is still pretty impressive. I would say. Like there's a lot of good things about Tsukihime, like the general story where like there's rough points and like things that are kind of nonsensical or things that contradict itself, like between not even different routes, but in the same route you'll have two things that will like contradict itself, and I don't know. It's like again, a solid 6.5, but like not. It's just, like I had a good experience with it, but would I go out of my way to experience it again? Probably not. Like where's Fate, right? I would honestly be kind of down to go through Fate again. I mean I would skip through some of the some of the like long-winded like explanation stuff of like the Fate route. If I did Fate again, because like some of those explanations went on for a long time. um. So it ended up it was a moment you had time, you had to experience the time. Yeah, yeah. I think when the like I think for the time, based off quality alone versus what else was coming out around that same time, like very late 90s, super early 2000s, like 2001. This is probably the best of its time. But like when you have so many other like great visual novels to compare to, like nowadays, like heck, even not even nowadays, but like your Fate, which came out 6 years later, it's rough. Um, like, and not even like here's the thing, I don't even think it's like I'm talking purely like writing, story, kind of like all that stuff. Because like I could critique the art, but like I really like okay. Don't get me wrong. Again, I think when I first started, I was like, oh my god, this this art's kind of, but it grew on me. I don't hate it. Um, so like I wasn't even taking the very dated art into consideration, but yeah. I'm going to assume that was Arquid's like after Arquid's true end, because like at the very end where he had that like kind of fixation on the moon, right? And like him joining the church would make sense, right? Because they hunt down like the supernatural, and so it would make sense if he joined the church to maybe find Arquid. I don't know. Yeah, this yes, but yeah. Anyway, I think that's gonna do it. I mean, he did. He did have that fixation, but the thing with that though, right, is it shouldn't. It could. I would be. I would be surprised if it was that end because Shiki said that his vision would never not be red, right? Because the last thing Akia saw was looking at was him. So like his image, like hit like I don't know. I I mean I get yeah, I guess it could be, but I don't think so. Because again, I'm pretty sure his vision would still be red. Plus, at that point, I think he was gonna be depressed. Like he had too much of a positive outlook during Eclipse for it to have been that bad end that this was falling up. Like there's just no way. Like his outlook here was too positive. Um, I think the one that makes the most sense is like I thought my I am. I think awkward true end is probably what it is. Just because just like Saber's supposed to be like the well, okay, technically all the girls in Fate are canon to different timelines, but Saber is like the main, you know. So that's why I kind of feel like Eclipse is kind of like that same kind of deal, like last episode. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, I'm glad too. It sucks that it took so long for me to finish this, but again, I'm gonna try and get my Twitch channel back. I had there's one last thing I'm gonna try, but if it doesn't end up working out, then fuck, that's a channel I've had for 9 years. It's just gone, which kind of fucking sucks a lot. Um, it's hard losing something that you've had since you were 13, 14. Uh, but if I can't get it back, I mean, I had too many anxiety-ridden nights to deal with already that I need to just let it go if this next thing doesn't work. Yeah, it's the two-factor. Because I didn't set up their stupid two-factor app, and my phone company changed my number, and so I couldn't get the text. It's just this one last thing I'm gonna try. But I don't know, because I tried emailing them, and they're like, "Oh, we can't confirm this is your chat." Like, what do you mean can't confirm it's my account? It's literally the email tied to the account. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna end off there. Next stream will. Yeah, you'd think Shinatai, but I guess not. But yeah, next stream will be plus. I really need to finish Fate Extra, or at least get more Fate Extra done. But I don't know. It's gonna be Fate Extra or plus disc. I don't know yet. one of those, but and it'll hopefully be tomorrow if my internet cooperates. Today actually wasn't bad. I didn't drop that many frames, only 470. So yeah, tomorrow will either be Fate Extra or Plus Disc. I really don't want to play Fate Extra. I really don't. Like again, I want to finish the story of Extra, but the gameplay is so dog shit. It's so bad. I hate it. I hate it so much. But yeah, anyway, that's gonna do it. Thanks for hanging out. And yeah. Yeah, my provider sucks. But yeah. Anyway, outro attempt number 3. Thanks for hanging out, and yeah, I'll catch you later. Peace. Alright, YouTube, that was the finale of Tsukihime. You probably heard me talking to my chat during, or I would assume, you heard me talking to my chat about like what my general thoughts were. Like I said, it's not bad. Okay, it's a bit, it's rough. It's a 6.5 out of 10 for me. But again, for something this old, like it's straight. This visual novel is 23 years old. And again, at the time, this is probably like the best thing they'd ever seen. Like, I'm not gonna deny that. But for me, I'm comparing it to, I played Steins Gate, play, obviously Fate Stay Night and Hollow Ataraxia. It's like, this is just lacking compared to things like that. Which again, it's by no fault of its own. Again, it's a product of its time on a very slim budget. Like, you have to remember, Type Moon at the time was just a doujin circle, so it's like, their budget was slim. Like, that's why a lot of the backgrounds are literally just photos with a filter put on them. But yeah, anyway, I had overall I had a good time. Again, like I said, a 6.5 out of 10 isn't bad. It's just not like a incredible, mind-boggling experience, but it was good. I liked it. But yep, that's gonna do it. Thank you guys for watching so far. And yeah, gonna be starting up Plus Disc and Kagetsu Tohya, the follow-up games. I don't think Plus Disc is canon, but I think Kagetsu Tohya is. I could be wrong. But yeah, thanks for watching all the episodes up to this point, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Later.